Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Mahogany Squeeze. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you want to. Oh, let me roll up these windows so I can make sure y'all can hear me pass all this air, right? So I wanted to talk to you guys about Cash App and the founder of Cash App. In case you don't know, Cash App is like a alternative to what we know as banks. They have grown to offer pretty much everything that a bank would offer, just without the robbery of a bank. You know, banks are stick-up people, fraudulent. So Cash App, the founder, was just unalived a couple months ago. And the story came out that it was about 2:30, 3:30 a.m. in the morning, sometime around there, that he was out, I guess you can say partying with friends and possibly some engineers or some tech people that work for his company, and that out on the street, because it's a video. I just wasn't going to show you guys a video, but you can go and find yourselves. And it's a video showing him walking down the street and then being and trying to go help, like he stumbles to a building door, but anyway, he ends up not making it. And there were theories going about of what caused it, if it was random or if it was internal issues or if it was a throuple, kind of like love triangle thing that went wrong, all kind of stuff, right? But no real concrete evidence or testimony of why this was done. And then we get to today, well, a couple of days ago. Sorry, I'm a little late. A couple of days ago, Cash App was having problems. People were being double charged for purchases that they had made or money that had sent out. I have Cash App because I love them. I had first switched to a credit union because I was done with banks. They are crooks and they are stick-up men, and they call it business, right? They call it business for stuff that they do. If anyone else does it outside of them, now it's a crime. But anyway, I had decided to leave banks because they were poaching, discriminatory. We know they are. Charge you to get your own money, charge you for them to hold your money even though they making money off your money, all kind of stuff, you know. So for the smaller people, because the people who, you know, up there are doing very well for themselves, they're not being stuck up the way the average everyday person is by these banks. But anyway, so they don't have as high interest rates. They aren't being denied for any loans that they seek out and stuff like that. So anyway, Cash App turned around and they gave out a comment, because they gave me a notification saying, oh, we apologize for the mistake of people being double charged. We will refund you your money. It's a tech issue. They're going to fix it and all of this. So let me tell you what I think is personally going on. I believe that since Cash App was independently run, such as they follow, of course, regulations that our government put in place for any type of transactional dividends, resources being housed, used, traded, and stuff like that. They followed all those regulations. The difference is they were independent of the IRS, the Federal Reserve, and all of that, right? So how we know what they're doing with banks today from in the last decade, how they had in certain places in the world, however, where they literally took people money, where they, and these people had no say so, right? They just took these people money, like, up, our economy is going through some issues. We're taxing you. We're just going to take your money. We know that they had, in the last few years, people could not gain access to their money, right? They can freeze your accounts if they so choose to. They can track what you're spending and how you're spending it, where it's going and stuff. I'm talking about the IRS, Federal Reserve, government and stuff, where they were being able to put all these laws in to where they basically were even more controlling us and our money. And that's their goal and agenda. Well, with Cash App, although we have receipts, right, and we can see, and Cash App knows, like, oh, we purchased this day with this company and stuff, or oh, we sent this money to this person, or this was sent to us. The IRS and government are not privy to that. They didn't have that. I believe that they went to Cash App and said, hey, come on, how about you sell to us, your company, sell it to us, or how about you connect to us and all the global banking system? Like, here, how about you connect to us, or sell to us? And I believe that the founder said no, he wasn't doing either one. The whole purpose of why he founded Cash App was because of those of us who said, screw you banks. Y'all screwing us, screw you banks. So I believe he said no. Nope, 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 and no again. I'm not selling to you. I'm not going to connect to your system. Y'all will not be able to have access and control those who are using Cash App as a place to store their money or send, buy, and trade, and all of that. Because if you don't recall, they had put in that law where anything over 600, whether you were spending it, sending it, or receiving it, the IRS and government, the Fed said, no, we want to be privy to that. We should know, which is asinine. How we can freeze other accounts and stuff like that. We want to be able to do that to those who using your system. Like, we want to be able to do all those things. And the founder said, nope, nope, nope. They probably tried to strong arm and threaten him, and he stuck to his guns and said no. And so I personally believe that he was taken out for a reason. I believe that was a hit, all right? And I'm not necessarily saying the cabal or the Illuminati and stuff like that, which those things do exist, and I believe that they exist. This went to banking. Like, these banks and the government politicians, they are gangsters. Like, your minds are that a thug is some low level bum on a corner sticking up people or selling drugs and stuff. No, these bankers, there are thugs on Morgan and Chase, right? Morgan, who is part owner of the Chase Bank, and this subsidy and whatever else it owns under this umbrella, his yacht was found with drugs, boatloads of drugs. And when they found out, it was, because first it was headline news. We have I don't know if it was customs or whoever it was, but it was up. We found this yacht and it's full of drugs. And then the minute that it came out that Morgan, who owns Chase Bank, it was his yacht, they quickly died that story. Never to be heard of again. No charges was brought up against him. At this point, he possibly even got the drugs back that they seized from him, and all of that. They are, these bankers, these politicians and stuff, are the biggest crooks, thugs, criminals, low lives that you will ever find. They kill, they rob, they steal, they sell drugs, they do all kind of wicked things for greed and power. So anyway, he was taken out by these bankers and all of that. They took him out, said, okay, since we can't control you on the board, you won't link up with us, fall under our regime and our control and power, we're going to remove you off the board. And I even furthermore believe that that was a case due to now what they're doing with Cash App. So I believe two things are going to happen. I believe they did that on purpose. Two, number one, crash his business and get as many as those people who were with Cash App to say, okay, we're going to leave Cash App, screw Cash App now. And they're going to, of course, go to, because you always follow the money, who stands to benefit. So they crash his site, his company, Cash App. All those people are now about to go somewhere. For the ones who are going to leave, they're going somewhere. Who stands to benefit? The Federal Reserve and government does, because those people are going to go to some form of a banking system that they already have control, ownership, power over, where they can do the things that they wanted to do on Cash App. They will not, those people are going to go exactly into that system because they're going to need an alternative if they decide to up, I'm done with Cash App. I believe they already got Chime. Chime was their the competitive business they wanted to bring up from all of the customers that Cash App was going to get. Like, okay, crap, if people want to go to this, the government was like, okay, we got to make a counter to this so we can get those people who are saying screw banks. Let's get them in the fold. Let's make an alternative to Cash App. Chime is competition where we are in control of it. So they pretty much already own some of the other ones. And people are going to go to those. And then if they do keep Cash App afloat, for those who are going to stay, now what they're going to do is they sent out the message, oh, we apologize. This was a technical difficulty. We're going to reimburse you and fix this problem that we created. But they're going to update that system to where now they're in control. It is on the same line as the Federal Reserve and banking system and structure that's already globally being used, to where now they will be able to track and have all the data and information of every Cash App user, every purchase they've made, every time they sent money, received money, where it's from, where they now are going to have all of that data. And they're now going to be able to have that power to go in and control that. And that's what they're doing and what they did. And yeah, that's the play. That's the play. That's what I believe the play to be and what is going on. And that the founder passing away was not by accident or some random circumstances that had taken place. It was an actual hit on him, because when they were trying to get him to fall in line, he refused and stuck to his guns, and they said, well, we're going to remove you off the board then. And conveniently, a couple of months later, after they've been doing whatever they've been doing since he passed, and whoever, like, it's basically a coup. You know how they was running a coup in Russia and Ukraine and stuff, and they ran coups on Gaddafi and drug cartels and stuff, where our government, the CIA and stuff, goes and pays a gang or have the CIA go infiltrate and start a rebellion in countries and assassinate leaders of cartels or governments, so they then can set in their puppet to do what they want to do in that place, or what they want to do. And they just did that with Cash App. You know, it's an old play, a tried and trusted play that they've been using for years, which is why they still run the same pony tricks over and over again, from all types of psyops that they do on us, the American people, as well as in foreign lands and governments and in cartels and in companies and stuff like that. Like, have y'all watched Succession? Like all kind of stuff. So they just ran a coup on Cash App because they want ultimate control, because it all leads to the end goal, which is, how do we get the world to not be able to buy, sell, or trade without the mark of the beast? You have to be in control of everything, right? And even before we get all the way down there, right? Even before we get all the way down there to where, right, everything is on one system and you can't buy, sell, or trade without the mark of the beast, is right now, it's still just a matter of power plays. Power, for the need that some people have and the greed that they have for money and power. It's as simple as that. And due to these people having this greed to where they want to run a monopoly on an entire, what would you call it? I can't think of the word I'm looking for. They want to run a monopoly on an entire thing, right? So if it's banking, we want to run a monopoly on that. So we're buying up all these smaller banks. We're going to buy up all of these alternatives. So people think that they're getting away from us, but nope, they're still stuck with us. Like the same way how Dixie is like the same way that 3 or 4 different types of dish soaps and toilet paper lines and stuff all ran by the same company, but they put different names, different price points, and they will even use it as a direct competition to their own product. But that's because I'm going to get the money now on both ends. If this person, the person who don't want to spend the $10, I'm still getting the customer that spend the $5. The person who doesn't like this name branding, I gave the alternative. So I'm still bringing in that customer. You get what I'm saying? Like how Nestle practically owns every damn thing darn near. How there's only, well, it was at one time only 6 communications companies globally. And I believe that's even dwindling down because they're one is buying up and merging with other ones because they want the monopoly on these different things, on communications, want the monopoly on farmland, want the monopoly on medicine, want the monopoly on banking. So they run these coops on them. They buy them out. They spring up their own competition. So they're in control of it. It's called, what do they call it? Controlled opposition, right? They want to be able to control everything. So that's what they did with Cash App. They took him out because when they brought him to the table and said, look, we want to be able to have power and control over everyone in their banking. So we want you to fall in line under us. And he refused to sell or connect to them. They killed him. You got to think, you talking about loads of freaking money. Loads of power and control that wasn't sitting in their hands. Yes, that was worth taking a life. They take lives for less, you know? So they did that, and now they will have all of his customers who were using that. They now have them under their control. And they're going to continue to do this because they're trying to make it to where globally everyone is soon will have the same religion, the same government, same everything. So that's all this is just pushing towards. It just agendas being fulfilled, parts of the puzzle, so everything can be directed and soon get to this one point at the top of their pyramid where they're in control of everything under globally. So they need a Cash App to come into the fold. And that's what's happening and going on. So y'all watch me. And soon the dollar is going to be obsolete anyway. They're not telling us that, but they intentionally are trying to. Well, you have some who are in opposition to it, such as Trump, which is why they did the hate train and everything that they possibly could. Like everything they accuse him of is literally everything Joe Biden was done, had done, been doing, and all of that. But that's all. That's all this taking place. You guys give me your thoughts. You always follow the money, though. And you follow who stands to benefit. The banking system, Federal Reserve stood to benefit from the Cash App founder passing away. And they stand to benefit from Cash App company tanking and having ownership and power over it. So that's my theory. You guys tell me what you think. Also, this channel is not monetized. So if you would like to help donate and support this channel, you can do so. And I will be very appreciative if you did so through donating to Cash App. Anything from $1 to however much you can would be greatly appreciated and helpful. And my Cash App is capital CIA, capital NISE. So a capital C, a capital N, all one word. Cianise, last 3 letters of my first name and last 4 letters of my middle name. So capital C, lowercase I-A, capital N, lowercase I-S-E. Thank you for checking out the video. Please leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comments section, and you guys have a great evening.